Hello. So, welcome back. Um, just a quick roundup after the GP at Bruntingthorpe. I always call it the MKGP, but it's at Bruntingthorpe. So, yeah, truck did really well. Obviously, just pulled the shafts out the front end. Same truck as last year. Just put a slipper clutch in it, just make it a bit easier to drive, but was okay. After getting there on the Friday, and spending all day in scrutineering and asking the guys running the two-wheel drive buggies, they all said they're struggling with the grip, really struggling with the grip. So I wasn't sort of looking forward to with the trucks because they fall over just sitting there in the pits. So yeah, sort of I'd said to everyone else with the trucks, it's gonna be tough with that, but it ended up not being. I don't think we really had much grip roll from anyone really with the trucks. I didn't see any, but yeah, it was really good. My truck went out in practice, absolutely flying. Put a brand new set of tyres on the rear to see what it would do. It ran brilliant in both. Put a brand new set on for Heat 1, for Quali 1. Went out and won Quali 1. Put a new set on for Quali 2, and the truck was just picking up everywhere and grip rolling. Couldn't really work out what it was. Obviously, that was my third set of tyres, but that had a lot of release agent on the tyre. They'd gone a bit white and chalky. Just thought it was the tyres. So that was on the Saturday, and that's all we do of the Saturday. Came back on the Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. Absolutely shattered. Yeah, Sunday morning, put the truck down, and if you don't know at the GP, you get no practice. For then the second day, you don't even get an install lap. So you are literally on the line. You put your truck on the line, and the buzzer goes. So that first lap is sort of a just like try and keep it together. But they have to do that, just for the amount of traffic that they've got. The truck again, I drove really easy with it, and I think John had a bit of trouble. Got to the last corner, I'd got a straight lead, whole length of the straight, just about to turn up onto the carousel, and the truck went over. Couldn't work out why, don't know what I'd done. Sort of worried about it. I'd left the tyres on from the heat before, thinking that they would bed in a bit, but it was still hard to drive, but I was taking it easy. And then, say, last corner, buzzer went, I thought, I've got this one, and she rolled over. So I was a bit gutted, but had to laugh on the rostrum. John even sort of didn't know what to say to me. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Got back to the pits, found out that I'd flipped the truck over and done screw check. Checked nothing was hanging out. Every single race I'd done that, but I hadn't checked that they were tight. So my fault. Should have stuck a driver in the screws. But yeah, should have done that. But they were just nipped off a little bit. Obviously, going into plastic, they're not, they don't fall out, but they're just nipped off, which meant the whole back end was moving around, which wasn't good. And I think I'd probably clattered a hose somewhere, because once I got home, in fact, yesterday I started to take the truck apart, and on the shock towers where my camber link goes, the holes are like, although there are individual holes, this is kind of a slot, and I think I must have had a whack and it's dropped it down. So obviously that's going to give me a lot more roll. So I was running with different camber links, but I mean, to be honest, it could have been that. Could have been the rear end loose. It seemed to run good after. I think I won number 5. I got caught in traffic on number 4. Number 5, John tried his proper two-wheel drive truck. He was running a conversion, but he tried a SC6M, and he just couldn't get on with it. But I could see that as soon as he come off the line. I caught him and left him. But I come over the tabletop near the rostrum, and then I heard a click. Wasn't sure whether it was just the body shell, just flick the lectern on the body shell. Didn't do it for a couple of corners. As a braked at the end of the straight, it's click, click, click. So pretty much did what I did last year, but instead of stripping the pinion gear in the rear diff, obviously this is a 4-wheel drive truck that's just been converted to 2-wheel drive, so it has a pinion gear and a main diff gear. Thinking it had stripped the pinion gear, but it actually stripped the diff gear. So obviously luckily I'd got the front diff, so I didn't even bother swapping the oils. I literally just took the end casing off, which is the main gear as well, sorry, and swapped it over, chucked it back in. I probably had the chance in the race. I can't, to be honest, I can't really remember. As most of you know, I'm useless with remembering stuff, so if I've got some bits a long way around, hey ho. But yeah, brilliant event. So John took the first leg. He did a massive wheelie off the line, which sort of, I think it shocked everyone. Obviously most of all John, because nobody had been picking front ends up at all. So I got away clean. Had a little mistake coming off the staircase on the left hand side of the track, and let Scott go through, and Rich Pacey had some transmitter problems. He just went for a drive at the end of the straight, where everyone else was turning sort of right, he turned left, which I think he said he'd got transmitter problems. Yeah, I was all over the back of Scott. I just touched him, so I stopped. I let him go. Stu Carling, he was trying to make up some time and a bit of place. He's excited. Just tagged me in the rear at the same time. Rolled me over. Drove off, Stuart. But I forgave him. I went and gave him a cuddle and I forgave him. But yeah, brilliant. And then last round, me and Scott so that was 2 wins for John. John managed to pull it back. He was flying. John was absolutely flying. Over the season, he's a better driver than me. I might beat him here and there, but through the season, he's a lot better driver. So, congratulations to John. John, well deserved. Drove really well. We did have a couple of really good battles, but best man won at the end of the day. He did deserve it. Yeah, so he took that win. I was then drawing with Scott Domain, so I had to beat Scott. Managed to get out in the lead early on and pretty much keep the lead, I think. John had a bit of a problem, but he was on the hunt. But to be honest, I wasn't bothered because he wasn't in the points equation. He'd already took the win, so all I had to do was not do anything stupid. Roll it, try and race John, roll it, break something, and then lose to Scott. So, yeah, so I brought it home second place. So second place for the GP. So stuck my plaque up there. Look, the bottom one, this one. These ones were last year's TQ. Couldn't do it this year. John got them this year. So John will be racing short course nationals this year. The Truck Nationals this year. It's not called Short Course anymore, it's called the Truck Nationals. So if you're racing Stadium Truck, get on the BRCA website, booking. We're doing, obviously it's fully BRCA now, so if you're not fancying spending £3,000 on a buggy national, but you've got a Stadium Truck kicking around, you could be a BRCA national by the end of the season. 6 rounds, 4 to count. Not too far away, the tracks, they're all south or Midlands-ish. I don't think we've got anything too high up. But have a look on the BRCA website. So yeah, it's obviously a national championship now. Got a lot of interest from the Stadium Truck, so come along. It'll be good. Just want to say before sort of tangent off as I normally do, but massive thanks to the Silverstone guys. Everybody that sort of helped out and did anything just to put that event on. A lot of guys were going, I've been here. I went for 3 days. A lot of guys were, 3 days, I want to go home. Obviously, the Silverstone guys, I think they'd been there 5 days. So, obviously, moving the stuff from Moulton, vans in and out, late nights, they were finishing work and then going back to work, setting the tracks up, setting the rostrums up, everything like that, to make it as professional as that. Absolutely, as much as people didn't like the track, I think it had to be a track like that. you know, nobody for that sort of event. You don't want to be racing around an oval. I think it should be as hard as they can possibly make it, and I think, I mean, to be honest, I think the trucks fared a bit better than the buggies did, which is normally the other way around. But yeah, I mean, great racing through the weekend. Watched some really good racing with the buggies. Again, some super fast guys, really fast guys. Catering, brilliant. Bowyer-Lowe's model shop. Absolutely brilliant. So much kit there. It was brilliant. You know, the little things that you forget you need, and then you go, oh God, I need one of them. You know, something stupid. Obviously with the trucks, body pins. You know, things like that. I mean, the guy even sold me his own camber gauge because I've only got a buggy one, which isn't big enough for the trucks. So yeah, he went in his pit box and even sold me his very own camber gauge. So thanks for that, much appreciated. But yeah, I mean, everybody and all the racers that made it. Obviously, I was on scrutineering, so I pretty much spoke to every two-wheel drive racer. And everybody's, you know, I'd say, how you doing? They're all going, blooming useless, or I can't get to grips with it, but they're all smiling. Everybody was smiling, everybody was having fun, which was, you know, massive thank you to them. Absolutely, you know, just brilliant for the sport, Everybody looks forward to these. The only thing I could say, the only bad thing was, which, you know, I couldn't hear a word for the tannoy, but that, you know, if that's going to be the only bad thing you've got, hey, we can live with that. I think I just spat everywhere, but we can live with that. Yeah, other than that, just everything top class, top draw, and seriously great venue. Can't really say anything more. You know what I mean? The drivers make it. Obviously, everyone seems to be having fun. You know, I was having a wander around the pits. Having a chat with people, and you know, everybody was talking. It was brilliant. So massive thanks to them guys. Trucks in bits. I stripped it down yesterday or the day before, can't really remember. Just trying to get it sorted and put back to four-wheel drive. I was just trying to do a few little tweaky bits with the two-wheel drive setup. Spinning the centre diff round. So the motor's at the back and then running the battery at the back. Just having a little bit of a look at that. In fact, it's there. She's there. But yeah, most of it's on my desk in front of me. But the actual rolling chassis is sort of there. So yeah, so we're looking forward to this season coming. Next meeting I think is Buggy Blitz at West Bridgford. EOS carpet, great track. Just put the new 0.2 rear end on the Techno, on the EB410. So it's got the new hubs, new arms, hinge pins, pills. What else is there? Something else, some more bits. Anti-roll bar mounts. So it's mounted in the right position. So it'd be good to see what difference that makes to the car. And yeah, that's about it. Obviously, I don't think I've got much more booked in. Might be doing this weekend at Bingham. I think BMR's got a new pool round. I might be wrong. I'm sure I've seen something. Sorry, the 31st, the 1st and 2nd or something like that. It's coming up, end of the month, something like that. I'm sure if you look on BMR's website, it'll be on there. So I'm thinking about taking the truck again as two-wheel drive there. I might run it as 4 because I haven't run it as 4 since the end of the Nationals. And I think I do sort of two-wheel drive buggy, four-wheel drive buggy and truck. So I'm not sort of dedicated to one thing, and I don't know if it's just getting honed in with one car. I suppose the racers will know, you know, if you're just racing one car, you sort of get to know that car. When you're going from a four-wheel drive truck or even a truck that you pulled the drive shafts out, it's totally different. Two-wheel drive truck and then go to a four-wheel drive buggy or a two-wheel drive buggy. It's I mean, most guys going from a two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive buggy, they find it hard, but when you do it to a truck and then to a four-wheel drive buggy, it's horrendous. So yeah, so we're just trying to keep that, just keep the sticks going and just making sure that the truck's kind of working. So first short course nationals is coming up. Dates are on the BRCA website. First round's Telford. I've got them written down somewhere, I think. It's on my phone. So yeah, first round's Telford, not too far away. I think it's about 100 miles from here. So great round. It'll be Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday's just practice day. So anybody with a stadium truck that's coming to race on the Sunday, it's free practice. So if you're not racing on the Sunday, it won't be free practice. But if you're racing the Sunday, it's free practice Saturday, Sunday, 4 qualifiers and 3 finals for everyone. So that's, 7 races. I think it's £12 this year per class. But yeah, all the years gone by, it's been really, really good. Friends and families been turning up. I mean, races are bringing the families now. All the kids are running around together. People are bringing the dogs. Stu Carlin brings his dog. Justin Kirk, he's got a couple of beagles they bring. I can't think who else brings dogs. But yeah, I mean, everybody brings kids. I take my Kira, and Carter will be coming with me more this year as well because he's a bit older now. He can look after himself a little bit better. Justin's kids usually go. I don't think Justin's racing this year. Big Trev's kids come. There's little Ollie Natris, superstar in the making, little Ollie, truck racer. Not sure if he's doing short course or stadium this year, but absolutely brilliant. 10 years old. Great little lad. His dad comes. But yeah, it's family orientated. Although it's just definitely not as serious as buggies. And we don't want it to be. It's a fun event. And it's going to stay a fun event on that side of it. Yes, we are racing for a BRCA National Championship, but we're very easy. We have a few beers and barbecue, and even if you haven't got a barbecue, somebody's got a barbecue running. So even if you say, I'm going to nip down the shop and get some burgers, can I borrow your barbecue? I'm sure that they will say, yeah, no worries. You know what I mean? Or most people go, well, I've got a load of extra burgers, so you want one of these? That's kind of what we're like. We're all trying to get, we had three or four guys working on one of the trucks at the last round, just to try and get him going, and literally just rebuilding the truck. And he was one of my competitors, but so what? You know what I mean? And that's what we're like. We're not, oh yeah, he's brilliant. We all like to race. We all like to have a laugh. And it's just good fun. It's just good fun. So yeah, if you've got a stadium truck or an old short course truck kicking around, come and do the event. So the more people we get, we can grow it a bit bigger now. Stadium trucks have come on board. We've tried to get them on board the last few years, but one thing or another, they've not turned up. This year, a lot of the buggy rock guys are running stadium trucks, and they're wanting to run them. So let's, so they're all coming down. A lot of them can't do all the rounds, but they're saying, yeah, we're definitely coming. We're definitely going to do some of the rounds, and that's what it takes. So like we always say, with clubs closing, come and have a go. Come and have a go, because if it stops, nobody will, it won't happen again. It'll die off, and that'll be it. So yeah, if you're sat at them and think, oh, can I be bothered? It's worth it. As a group of racers, they all keep racing, and then when you can be bothered, there'll be somewhere to race for you. So it's all good. So we're looking forward to this year. As I say, 6 rounds. I think EPR, Coventry's won, A1 racing, Ledbury. Ledbury's a brilliant track. Absolutely awesome track. It's my favourite track. It's a little 1/8. It's a 1/8 track, but it is more like a 1/10 track. It's a bit like A1 sort of size, if you like. But really, really, really good. It's nothing like Deerdale or Endor. It is like 1/10 sort of size. Probably the track I like the most. Absolutely love that track. Yeah, brilliant track. I think there's one more and I can't think where it is. Oh, Boughton Raceway. So We haven't been there for about 4 years. We was going to go there last year, but couldn't. He double booked for his holiday, so we promised him a run this year. So yeah, we just had a buggy national there a few months back. So yeah, Boughton Raceway is one, or Broughton, whichever way you want to say it. So yeah, so that's my sort of coming up to this year. Obviously, I'm going to do 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive regionals, as many as I can. I think there might be a couple I have to miss. I don't know why, but yeah. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I said I'd try and do a few more videos. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to do one while I was at the GP. My apologies. But that's the roundup after the GP, and moving on to this year's racing. So I'm sure I'll see you all at the track, and have fun. Bye.